Welcome back to Mostly Superheroes, the podcast on Friday Live. We are live every Friday here on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch, all at once every Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time. Congratulations on daylight savings time coming to an end, or did it begin? This is like the biggest thing. Me and Scott had a discussion, and by the end, I was still confused. Are we in daylight savings time right now? The answer per the internet is is no, right? It's ended. Oh no, it's begun. I don't even know when it's are we in standard or daylight savings? That's what it is. Standard time is what the rest of the world does. And us Americans, most of us anyway, except for Arizona and Hawaii, I believe, we got to fall forward, bring our clocks back. We fell back. And did it screw you up? Did you have a weird Monday this week? Did you hear the top five things that I just said at your office? Probably. This is one of those things that we have here, and we're going to cover this. Plus, yeah, the war in Iran is in its third week. I was listening to St. Louis Public Radio this morning. This is some real world news for you, and obviously affecting the economy, obviously just the stress level and everyday Americans. And this is mostly superheroes. So we're going to tell you about some podcasts we've had, some events, and we're announcing a brand new contest on the show today. We have a new set of tickets, actually a few tickets available to an amazing show, and we're announcing it on the show while we're here. And I'm Logan Janis, along with Scotty Scoop, Arena Andy, Sam the Sleeper. You're going to hear from a few of these guys today. Welcome to your Friday. Happy Friday. Let's have a great show. We always want to send you into the weekend with just a few fun things and some podcasts that are coming out that you can look forward to. Jules DeBeau, aspiring filmmaker, is a great friend of the show at this point and a buddy of ours, and he was finally on the podcast. We finally made it happen. And he's also headed to San Diego Comic-Con this year in 2026. And we are officially working together for his trip out there to help with some coverage and break some of the news that's going to happen with the Comic-Con, and also help track Jules' career as he maybe gets into making, I won't say maybe, when he gets to making some movies. Really excited for that one. And Dungeons and Dragons fans, D&D, this is a real fun episode that we recorded this week where Sam the Dungeon Master came back. Sam the DM, the official Dungeon Master, friend of the show, and all things Dungeons and Dragons, your Dungeon Master for hire. He came in and he did his thing for us because me and Sam and Scott had played with him once before. Go back and listen to that one shot, a really great tale featuring, I was Lorgon the Sorcerer in that one. And this one, we just had new characters, of course, a new one shot, and Andy was here for the first time for his first ever D&D play. And that's where Sam is a real specialist, is he can work with pros like Scotty that's been playing Dungeons and Dragons his whole life, and they have fun banter, and you can tell there's some inside baseball that they're just laughing, and you might not get it yet if you're new to D&D like me and the other guys. And Sam's good at explaining the rules, exactly whose turn it is, and honestly, it came down to just laughing our asses off. Just to give you a preview, you're going to hear from Sam the Sleeper in this. He kind of teases us out too, but my name this time was Keslar. Lucky enough, I was Dragonborn again. And I was really happy to be Dragonborn again. And Scott was Fitzgerald. The Sleeper, Sam, was Sleep Nobleton. That's right. And Andy, his first play ever, he went big on the name Andolph the Green Ranger. Yeah, if you want to hear D&D and just five guys crammed into a St. Louis basement playing D&D, get ready for that. And we did have in the studio this week Bruce the Juice. Yeah, man, local cosplayer, performer extraordinaire. And we had a really great time in the studio talking about Beetlejuice, the movie, going back to the Alamo. And also, we're going to talk more about Beetlejuice, the musical, and fan mail. But on the screen right now, you can see some footage of our big day out outside of even the podcast studio, where we were down at the Alamo, down at the Fabulous Fox, shooting some really fun content just to help talk about these things that we're excited about. Beetlejuice is obviously back again. And if you want to hear about Tim Burton and the movie, these contests, and also just learn about Bruce the Juice, aka George, just a really great guy, go listen to that episode because we dropped it yesterday. This one's actually out right now. This is the podcast that's out, and keep an eye on our socials for some of this exclusive footage we're showing you behind the scenes right now. And lots of fun with some St. Louis partners like the Fabulous Fox, Alamo Drafthouse. Shout out Bruce the Juice. Go check out that podcast. And that'll segue us into giving away some stuff, which might be why you're here on Friday Live. A lot of folks seem to be joining for the prizes. Let's get to them.
Fan mail.
Got that weekly contest. It's our third week. We promised you a winner this week. Congratulations, Terry. It's a free contest if you find it on the Friday Live page. We run this as a paid raffle too at events to help us fundraise. But on this podcast, when you hear this, we want you to get that special deal. You can enter for free. Go find that form. It's tucked into the Friday Live page of mostlysuperheroes.com. And boy, oh boy, here on Friday, March 13th, Friday the 13th, spooky, look out. We have been giving away, like we promised, so many prizes this month. Just in the first couple weeks, we have given away so many movie tickets to Alamo Drafthouse, St. Louis. Congratulations to Laura, Josh, Connor, Genevieve, just some of the folks. This is just a handful of folks that we've sent to movies at the Alamo with our help from our friends Mark and Jen and John and everyone who come in early, give us that Alamo schedule on the podcast before they even release it on the Alamo website and the app. And they just came in, Jen and Mark. We had Jen in for the first time, Jen John Mayer, and her and Mark came in and told us about the April titles ahead again of the Alamo app even. So if you're trying to track these repertory titles in the tickets we're giving away to movies like we did Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Best in Show, Interview with a Vampire, and we also did Donnie Darko and had a nice screen and social. That's our extended movie experience. You'll see us in the lobby hanging out before and after the movies, including Donnie Darko, where shout out to, I believe he asked to remain anonymous. I'll keep that promise, to a fan that came up and played some nerd trivia, got a Marvel question right, and won tickets to Beetlejuice, the musical at the Fabulous Fox. Yes, absolutely. Give it up for that fan. Like, imagine you go to see Donnie Darko at the Alamo, and then you walk out with 2 tickets to see this Broadway musical coming to the Fabulous Fox April 24th through April 26th. And we still have tickets up for grabs to this awesome event. This is a contest that we're proud to partner with the historic Fabulous Fox Theater on Grand here in St. Louis, and enter to win those tickets at mostlysuperheroes.com and our pinned posts on our socials at Mostly Superheroes. If you want to go, it's not too late. Buy your tickets now at fabulousfox.com. You can also still enter to win tickets from Two Rivers Comic Con. James Install over on Geek to Me Radio. Two Rivers Comic Con, same weekend as the musical, April 25th, April 26th, in the Steel Shop in St. Charles. If you buy your Two Rivers Comic Con tickets right now at tworiverscomiccon.com, you're also entered to win Beetlejuice tickets. With everything happening that same weekend, we're all in on the fun. And Two Rivers Comic Con blowing up. We have learned that not only will Mostly Superheroes, us, be there moderating panels, we'll have a mega booth, we'll be selling some comic books along with all these comic book shops in town and cool vendors, a celebrity artist, and folks that James is bringing in to speak at these panels. And the Voltron store, store.voltron.com, where you can get 15% off with promo code Mostly, is going to be there. Voltron, St. Louis legend, will be at Two Rivers Comic Con, as well as Alamo Drafthouse, St. Louis. So a lot of our friends all teaming up, going to be at the Steel Shop for 2 awesome days in St. Charles. If you're a local or if you're thinking about coming into town, April 25th, April 26th is tworiverscomiccon.com. And we are still giving away tickets listed at mostlysuperheroes.com/contest. The Foodies Eat First Fest, hosted by Brad and STL, May 2nd and 3rd. Another one in August, a restaurant week in September. We got an exclusive podcast booth at this. It's going to be the ultimate nerd experience where you can come by, and we're trying to put an emphasis on some of the big movies coming out this year. And it's time for that big announcement. A new... Oh, hold on. Make sure we're still here on the stream. I think we're back. I'm not going to say the new announcement unless I know for sure the stream is up. It is up. We are good. A new announcement. Listen up to this right here. That's right. One Night of Queen, our friend Gary Mullen, who's been on the podcast a lot at this point, trying to get him again ahead of his show at the Factory in Chesterfield. That's right. We have One Night of Queen, March 22nd, and we have your tickets. They're up for grabs. Enter to win by commenting on this post when you see it on the socials and at mostlysuperheroes.com/contest. And we could send you there. The Mostly Superheroes crew will be there. And shout out to all the folks putting on One Night of Queen at the Factory. Get your tickets now. The Factory STL is where you want to be, and see Gary Mullen bring Freddie Mercury back to life on stage. Scotty Scoop has seen this show multiple times, and it's a must-see. MostlySuperheroes.com. And again, the Factory, St. Louis. Look for One Night of Queen, March 22nd. Get your tickets today. All that and more at the website. Really appreciate all the folks entering to win the prizes, shouting us out on socials when you do. And we got a whole nother 2 weeks of March movie madness where we're sending you to at least the Alamo, along with all these other experiences in town. And hopefully you're getting to know Mostly Superheroes, the indie podcast, as a prize engine where you can show up and get some stuff. Next up,
news and rumors.
A few things on the news. We already mentioned some real world news happening right now, but let's just stick to some local stuff that's also still kind of worldly. St. Patrick's Day. This is it. The festivities are kicking off this weekend around St. Louis and the world, obviously, and a downtown parade in downtown St. Louis on Saturday, March 14th. And also, Dogtown, I always shout out their big parade that they do in St. Louis, and it's always on the day. So what's that going to be? Is that going to be Tuesday? Will be the actual March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. And it's also 314 Day this weekend in the area. So 314 is an area code, a phone number area code if you're listening internationally. And it's 314 is like one of the biggest in St. Louis. If not, I'd say it's the biggest. And with March being 314, that's the clever mashup. And it fell on a Saturday. And there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of deals around town. Our friends at Four Hands are throwing a big party where you can do live tattoos. The Gramophone has mac and cheese for $3.14. A lot of places have things for $3.14, cutting their prices down to $3.14. It's a day to get out in the city, celebrate St. Louis, do your favorite thing. I'm kind of thinking about where I might want to go. I was thinking about popping by the Royale Food and Spirits early in the day. We got David Kirkland over there. He'll be spinning. And then they'll have a whole day event, and it'll just be fun at the Royale to get on the patio. And I think that Pizza Babble, our friend Andy Taylor, Pizza Babble, he's going to be at Filoni's, I believe. You might want to spot check me on his social posts on Facebook or on Instagram, TikTok, Pizza Babble. He's doing a meet and greet, and I believe it's Filoni's, definitely a local pizza shop in town. And he's also going to Pizza Expo in Vegas in 2 weeks. Keep an eye out for that. We're going to give you the full scoop on that and work with Pizza Babble, aka Andy, to get the word out about what's going on in the pizza world. And then real local, as you all know, I'm the executive director of the Team Jakey Foundation here in St. Louis, teamjakey.org. Sam, who's on the podcast all the time, Jake's brother, Jake, lost his life 13 years ago to suicide. And the group and the Zeller family started the foundation $500,000 later, 13 years later, 90% of those funds donated to Provident Behavioral Health, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. 2026 could, in theory, be the biggest year yet for the group. We have new materials coming out, more events coming out, and one is this weekend on March 15th. Sunday, March 15th is a mental health fair hosted by the 3 Run 4 group. That's Jay Pippy. Shout out Jay for inviting Team Jakey to be at Four Hands on Sunday. So along with 314 Day, the day after, the celebration continues all weekend long. And we will be at Four Hands downtown from about noon to 3, 12 p.m. noon to 3 p.m. Central. Come by, get some merch from Team Jakey, learn about the group, learn about the mental health resources, not only in the area, but for around the world. At least in the U.S., we have 988, which you can call or text with licensed therapists on the other side. And then you can also learn about other resources like Provident Behavioral Health that offer mental health support for kids in St. Louis County through the St. Louis Child Services Fund. And there's, your kids at the schools in St. Louis County have access to free uh, mental health support from licensed therapists at your schools through these funded programs. And we've been able to learn this stuff through Team Jakey, Provident, AFSP, and we also launched the Team Jakey podcast. So that's all up at teamjakey.org, along with the details about the event this Sunday. And then we're, of course, pushing our next Team Jakey event, which is Taps for Team Jakey at Four Hands, Thursday, May 24th, May 21st. More to come about that. But we're not done with Team Jakey or Four Hands just yet, because we're super excited with an announcement during News and Rumors today. No rumor on this. Team Jakey has been named the Q2 Quarter 2 charity on tap at Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis. Once again, we're back again. We're lucky to be one of the few charities Alamo picks each year to partner with a brewery in town. Guess who it's going to be? Four Hands Brewery with Citywide. Man, what a year to partner with Citywide, who's celebrating 10 years of Citywide, raising over $400,000 for local community nonprofits. And our friends over there, Kevin and Liz and Andy and Chris and Brian and Carl and Dylan and Matthias and Tom, Sarah, Murph, as many as Katie. Dude, Four Hands. Thank you, Mark and Jen and John at Alamo. Every Citywide you buy in quarter 2, that's around April to June at Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis, a portion of that beer profit goes to the Team Jakey Foundation to help us end the stigma of mental illness. We are so excited to be the charity on tap, and I will give it up. Thank you, guys. So pumped. And just another reason for us to be down at the Alamo, down at Four Hands. And you can sign up for our monthly newsletter. It's totally free, and we send you all this kind of stuff with the events and the local recent podcast. You hear from the hosts, which you're going to hear from soon. And again, it's only once a month. We try to keep that newsletter free and not bombarding your inbox. So it's at mostlysuperheroes.com. We do appreciate you subscribing. Helps an indie show like us quite a bit. Next up.
What you watching?
Shout out Jenna Zeller in the chat. Woohoo! Go Team Jakey for sure. We're getting busy. We've been busy. Jenna's been getting it done, and the board's been getting it done. Yeah, Jenna's on the board and in the chat. Not just my mom today, which happens a lot of times. Andy's looks like he's in the stream, joining from afar. But we also want you to hear from Andy. So before you do, and you're going to hear from Sam as well. That's Jenna's brother. Fun fact. We have The Pit. Yeah, I just watched it before I came to join you here, because that's my Fridays right now, is watching The Pit first thing in the morning. Nothing like getting you ready for a Friday like watching The Pit. Get your mind straight. Like, hey, we got to get some stuff done. We're about to start the work shift. This shift is what, in episode 7 or 8. It feels like we have a couple left. We're toward the end, but we're not there yet. And this was its biggest, best episode yet. It just keeps building and peaking and getting so good. And it's also really intense and pretty gory. But man, if you can just ride with it, there is some awesome character work happening on The Pit season 2 here in 2026. And if that's just too much for you, but you're still wanting a hospital show that's just not so intense, Scrubs is back, man. Like, I'm no Superman. I mean, it's perfect. And it's back and it's good. It's light. It's definitely like just a more of that Scrubs humor that only Scrubs could do back in the day, and it's back again, and a little calmer medical drama, still dealing with some heavy character stuff, as these characters have aged since they were young kids in the show. So go watch Scrubs. It's on Hulu and Disney Plus on Wednesdays. And then a new show, you're going to hear me talk about it, and you're going to hear Andy talk about it. DTF St. Louis is out. Jason Bateman has made another Missouri show, and I'm so glad, but it's also such a bizarre thing to live in St. Louis, have the show out. DTF St. Louis is like almost like this triggering thing. It's DTF, but it's like, why didn't you call it like Tinder or dating app? It's also funny that it's just like St. Louis. And I think the writer of the show has talked about that this is all inspired by time in the area. And boy, oh boy, St. Louis is reacting to the show. There's like a few podcasts I've seen pop up only talking about this show. The local news stations are getting in on it because Jason Bateman plays a meteorologist, aside an ASL, American Sign Language person, David Harbor. And boy, oh boy, what's her name? She's in this too, and she works at Purina, and it comes up a lot. Uh, they live in Twyla, which is like a made up suburb of the area, and it's meant to be representative of like a West County suburb. I mean, he rides one of those recumbent bikes, and like I don't know anyone in St. Louis getting around on those. The hills are not going to work for that. And I don't know. I guess what I'm gonna say is I'm into the show, but we live here in St. Louis, so it's really hard just not to think about our town and talk about it and kind of feel like what they're trying to do. But we have to remember, like, this is Hollywood. It's Jason Bateman. It wasn't even filmed really in St. Louis. Once again, I don't remember exactly where it's filmed, but I remember that I don't think any of it, maybe parts of it, but like I don't think hardly any of this is shot in St. Louis. They recreate it. So we'll let Andy tell us more about it. Let's go ahead and let him go first, talk about this and a lot more, a big update from Andy, and then you're going to hear from Sam Zeller.
Hey folks, Arena Andy here. Thanks for locking in for another Friday live session with Mostly Superheroes. Just a quick update. The Peloton MCU rewatch, it's over. 2 years, 37 films, 13 shows, which are 89 total episodes, 30 minutes at a time, almost 2,000 miles on this Peloton. I've had a great time rewatching the MCU and these tiny tidbits, and I'm going to move on to the X-Men movies to get ready for Doomsday. So hear more about that on the pod coming up. I'm a huge fan of this DTF St. Louis show on HBO Max. Jason Bateman, he just wants to live in Missouri so bad, based on his acting history. So huge fan of David Harbour's performance so far as well. Looking up later this month, we got Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus, March 24th. Looking forward to that. That's one of my bigger favorite shows of the year. It's been too long. We need to see what Matt Murdock has in store for us there. Quick updates in the sports realm here. Arena Andy Sports Corner. I'm going sport to sport here. We got Paralympics this weekend. Closing ceremony Sunday. USA Hockey is going for our 5th consecutive gold medal, playing Canada again. Watch that on Peacock. We got the World Baseball Classic. Guess what? We're playing Canada. USA versus Canada. Tonight, Friday on Fox, the quarterfinals. We made the final 8. If you like baseball, check it out. Otherwise, you're watching spring training, which sounds terrible. We got golf Players Championship this weekend, one of the kickoff events of the PGA Tour. You can watch that on ESPN Plus. March Madness just around the corner next week. For our STL teams, can't spell mostly without STL Mo. We got the STL Cardinals. They're doing some spring training. I won't be watching that. STL Blues. We got the Oilers at home tonight and the Jets Sunday afternoon. They're on a little hot streak right now, trying to get themselves back into the title after I talked smack on them a couple weeks ago in this venue. So I'm glad they're turning it around. And we got our City SC soccer boys traveling to LA on a late game Saturday night, looking for their first win of the year. I really hope they can want to win this one for Edu Lowen's wife, who unfortunately passed away with a long battle from cancer this week. The team is going to be wearing some armbands, I believe, to memorialize her. I hope they can pull out a victory for the team, for the city, and for Edu and his family. And for my football fans, lastly, we have NFL free agency. We have everybody moving around the league this time of year. And then in a couple weeks, I'll be there at the Dome, the UFL, St. Louis Battlehawks. Got the Dome. We'll be rocking Saturday the 28th. I'll be there, maybe doing some tailgates beforehand. So looking forward to getting back in the studio. We just did our Dungeons and Dragons episode where I did my first one-shot, first experience playing Dungeons and Dragons ever. So check that out. Wow, it was a great to be back in the studio with Logan, Sam, Scott, and check it out. We have some good names, some good characters built there. Looking forward to next time, and y'all have a good weekend. Peace.
What up, players? Sam the Sleeper here, aka Sam Zeller from Team Jakey Foundation, aka Sleep Nobleton. That'll make sense here after the podcast with Sam DM drops here in the near future. So keep a lookout for that. But that was a fun pod with the team and Sam the DM. We had a good time. I gotta be honest. I'm still reeling from Project Hail Mary, the screening we had a couple weeks ago. It was fantastic. And if you guys are interested in that kind of movie, go see that next week. Towards the end of next week, I think that movie releases. It is great. And read the book. It is an excellent read, an excellent movie. Totally worth your time. Other than that, man, we made it. It's Friday. We made it. I got a decent little weekend ahead. I got our boy Mount My Mother Effin' TV coming out tomorrow sometime to mount a TV. What do you expect? And I don't know if you guys knew this, he does some electrical work. He's a certified electrician, so I got him doing some electrical for me tomorrow. That's Mount My Mother Effin' TV. And other than that, I think I'm having the boys over tomorrow night. We'll probably watch a little basketball, drink a little whiskey. So it's going to be a nice little weekend. Sunday, probably paint, nothing real fun. Lay low, do stuff around the house. But guys, enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you. Thanks.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Andy. And Sam, as amazing as your Sunday sounds, we do have that mental health fair at Four Hands from noon to 2. So it's nice that you'll just have the day off. It sounds like me and the board and the other volunteers, we got it. It sounds like you're gonna have a great day off. I'm just kidding. I forced Sam to do this recording last minute, and he's gonna be there Sunday too. Even if he just pops by, because I know you got a busy weekend, and I'm just poking fun at you. So you better see us Sunday. But shout out Sam, shout out Arena Andy, and we got the sports updates in there for you. And Scotty Scoop says he'll be getting us some recordings as well soon. He's been busy with, vacation. That's a first world problem, he knows, but it's still, he's kind of like still catching up since he got back. The kids are busy. Shannon's busy. He has a stack of comic books taller than me that he hasn't read, and that's what he's been bummed about it. So we gotta, get Scotty's comic book corner going again. I've been reading some comics for sure. And, I got Epic Panels. I'll shout out, who's been supplying our comic books for our screen and socials. Martin Casa's been getting some books from him, and he sent me a Thor book that just got me into reading. I think it's the 2018 Thor run. And it was like 30 comics, and it was awesome. It's like just synopsis wise, Thor, it's like an elevated Thor where he's like the king of Asgard. And that's the jumping off point, really. His hammer is getting heavier. He doesn't know why. And I bought issue number 8 on a live auction from Epic Panels where a regular guy named Adam, gets the power of Thor. So, it's a really great. I mean, I can't talk more about that one. That one's fantastic. In one contest, kind of throwing back to fan mail as we wrap up the show, we're really talking about what's coming up. We'll just transition into our last segment here. We'll do one more contest. Kind of two contests, and really at least a dozen contests, because we have so many movie tickets that we're having so much fun partnering up with the Alamo to send you to the movies for free. And Project Hail Mary, we have tickets and we have a screen and social. We're going to be seeing this on, let's just double check the date, because we just locked this in, and it's opening weekend next weekend for Project Hail Mary, like Sam said. And we're going to do Friday, March 20th. We will be at Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis doing our screen and social from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. There is a 2 p.m. showing of Project Hail Mary that day. There is a 6 or 6:15 p.m. showing of Project Hail Mary that day. It's Friday, March 20th. So we'll be there in between those two films, hanging out with all the folks that are seeing the movie in the lobby, doing the prize wheel. And we have 2 tickets up for grabs at mostlysuperheroes.com and on the socials. Go find our Alamo post and comment and win. Tell us that you want to go see Project Hail Mary. And then the other one, going back to a throwback film. So there's your new release. Alamo also does the repertory titles, meaning the older titles, the throwbacks, if you will. And we have the Lord of the Rings trilogy marathon, screen and social. That's March 29th. We'll see you there. We do have the Beetlejuice movie tickets on Sunday, March 22nd. And that's a screen and social. If you want to see Beetlejuice 1988 at the Alamo on March 22nd, we got 2 tickets to that. And then the new one is Zodiac, because Mark down at the Alamo did a Jake Gyllenhaal kind of tribute. And we need to get Spider-Man Far From Home in there too, because Sony has that. We need to figure that out. But Zodiac, throwing it back to Zodiac, Jake Gyllenhaal, Mark Ruffalo. This is back at the Alamo. We have 2 tickets. Let me triple confirm this date for you. I believe it is, actually, I got them right here. We have 2 tickets. I just got them received from Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis. And yes, sir, it is Thursday, March 19th. The movie time is 6:15 p.m. If you want to go, I got 2 tickets. I want you to comment on this post, enter on the website, and we'll send you to see Zodiac at Alamo St. Louis. Okay, I think we've given enough away. Go check out the calendar at mostlysuperheroes.com/events. All these rep titles are great. Not reptiles, rep titles. I know it sounds like I'm saying reptiles. Reptiles are great too. Really cool. But we have the schedule up, and we're counting down to the Mandalorian and Grogu in May. That's going to be our first big, studio nerdy flick, along with a whole list of stuff. And the episode with Mark and Jen telling us what's happening in April is coming out. And we will see you indeed on Sunday at the Team Jakey event at Four Hands. Like Steve Zeller, El Presidente of the group, is in the chat. See you Sunday. I think you forgot just one. Sunday. Remember that? I think that's technically like Monster Jam, which we do sometimes have tickets for that, but that's not this weekend. It's Team Jakey Mental Health Fair weekend with 314 on Sunday, 314 day all weekend, St. Patrick's Day. Let us know what you're doing. Text us or call us at 754-CALL-LOG. That's 754-225-5564. And subscribe. Leave us a genuine review on your podcast app. And we definitely will take your money, because we're an independent channel. And you can do that at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. We do offer you free episodes, ad-free episodes for as little as $1 a month. And we just rolled out the Mostly Superheroes Squad for $5 a month. You can be a screen and social insider. You get access to exclusive raffles and movie parties and screenings. And that we still offer all those things to our free community as well. We just find ways that we can raise funds, give a little extra for the folks that have a little extra, but still try to serve, everyone in our community that's been tuning into this show for over 7 years now, in our 7th season. So thank you for your time. You could be tuning into a lot of stuff or hanging out. And whether you're here on Friday or you're listening to it later on our podcast or on YouTube, We really do appreciate it. I'm Logan Janis. For me, Carrie, Sam the Sleeper, Arena Andy, Scotty Scoop, and the whole team. We'll see you next time on Mostly Superheroes. Take it easy.